Southwest Florida, welcome back to Lee Pitts Live. We're here with the candidate for Lee County Commissioners, Todd Truax. He has made a name for himself here in Southwest Florida and certainly in Lee County as a man of the people. He's everywhere. He's shaking hands and
no, I'm not. I'm not shaking
getting
hands.
himself involved in the community. He's now out at a fabulous affair, which is the chef table put on by
Good
Chef
meal.
Drove of Yes Chef. So without further ado, welcome to Lee Pitts Live for the first time.
No, it's
certainly
not
won't
the
be
first
your
time.
last.
Go back a couple of years. What are you talking about?
I interviewed you
I've
before.
been at this table.
All right, well you somebody then.
No, I'm just another guy.
All right. First of all, why do you feel it's important that you come out and support this event?
He tantalized me with a mysterious meal that I couldn't resist.
And how are you enjoying it so far?
I can't wait to get back to the sea bass. I heard
Okay.
about sea bass. It's not here yet, so I'll keep talking.
Uh-huh. All right. Why did you decide to run for county commissioner?
Oh, that's a long story. I don't know if we got time for that. I ran for U.S. House 2 years ago. That's when we first met. And it was a good learning experience for this race. And I realized that I can do a lot for the community here, as I've already done. And that's by running for county commissioner. I saw a spot that was open. Mr. Kiker passed away. And the governor appointed somebody that didn't apply for the job. And that person is not living up to our expectations.
Okay. Before we go farther with this interview, we're going to allow you to take that wonderful hat off. We appreciate you wearing
my
it.
messy hair. I
All
love
right,
this hat.
just sit it
'cause
right
I drive
there.
My convertible, my
Just
orange
sit it
convertible.
right there and turn it this way.
I'll
so
be advertising
turn it,
for
turns
you
the camera.
everywhere I drive.
There you go. Just sit it right there. It's perfectly
It
sitting.
goes nice with my Truax.
Ah, that's why you requested the orange.
Yeah, the orange. It goes with everything.
So you
Everywhere.
are pro-mask,
Amen.
wearing a mask.
Amen.
You think that as it relates to the mask, you think that it should be mandatory?
I believe the county should have a mask ordinance.
What does that look like?
That looks like, allow me to demonstrate.
And how is it
Like
enforced?
this. Very simple. Very simple. Look at that.
I can't believe it's the
How
same
difficult
color.
was that?
No.
Perfect.
Okay.
And so how does it look? It looks like this. Can you hear me through the microphone?
Yes.
I don't know. But this saves lives. And it looks like no shirt, no shoes, no mask, no service. It's not complicated.
Mm-hmm.
This saves lives, and that's how we passed the mask ordinance. If you go in a public building, you're in a public space, there's closed confines, you wear a mask. I wore this walking in. I'm taking it off now because we're 6 feet away, and we're outdoors under a fan in the open air.
Do you think, up until this point in Lee County, that the way COVID-19 was treated or is being treated,
It's being neglected.
It's
It's not being
adequate.
treated. It's not being treated.
go?
It's being neglected. COVID-19 is a deadly pandemic. 500 people in this little county are dead since March because of COVID-19. 500. Think about a movie theater and how many people that is. And think about your church, how many people that fits. And think of 500 wearing a toe tag. Yeah, it's being neglected, and it's being neglected by our county commissioners. It's being neglected by our governor, and it's being neglected by the President of the United States, who wants to call it a hoax and wants to say, don't worry about it, and wants to say, oh, there's a cure. Drink bleach.
But you're sounding like a Democrat.
Oh,
in
I am a Democrat.
in a
I don't
red
need to
district.
sound like it. I am proud to be a Democrat. It's not something I hide from, sir.
Uh-huh. And I don't think that there are any Democrats on the Lee County Commission, are there?
It's time for a change, isn't it, sir?
It's about time, man.
Overdue, I'd say.
Now, when I feel pretty confident that you're going to be elected.
Thank you.
When you are elected,
I'm cautiously optimistic.
just let people like me be dreamers. But I believe it's that time. There's a sweeping feeling of change throughout the air.
Feels good, doesn't it?
And you are going to get swept right up in it. But I want to make it clear that even though you are a Democrat in a general election, no matter what you're registered as, one can vote for Tom Truax, correct?
Todd, T-O-double-D.
Todd Truax.
It's all right, Lee.
Turn that mask around so I don't screw it up.
No, it doesn't have my first name on there.
Okay, go ahead.
But, yeah, the blue wave is coming, and I'm hoping it'll wash clean the shores of Southwest Florida. It takes everybody to vote, and as we've seen, apathy has consequences. Staying at home and not voting has consequences. We've suffered those consequences these past 4 years. We don't want to repeat that. Mm-hmm. And you see people are motivated, waiting in line, waiting in the sun, waiting in the rain for hours because they saw by not participating what can happen.
When you see those long lines, as it relates to you, is that a positive or a negative?
I do nothing to inhibit the election process. I do nothing to...
do you see that as these people are coming out to vote for me?
No, I'm not that greedy. I'm not that vain. You know, I wear orange just to catch attention because I'm running for office. I look forward to wearing green and blue and blending in with the crowd. But I wear orange to stand out, just like your hat. And what matters is that we do what's right for the folks. And what's right has not been done for very long or for often enough. Our commissioners are rubber stamps for developers, and if you like paradise and you want it paved, just keep voting the way we've historically voted. But if you want to address a pandemic and squelch it and reopen the economy sooner, then you don't stick with the folks that call it a hoax and then have open meetings in enclosed spaces and they don't wear a face mask. Mm-hmm. And they expose everybody. And they contract it themselves. Those are the people that I'm running to work with and against.
We have a high percentage of minorities who are Democrats who are going to be flocking to the polls.
I hope.
They will.
From your lips to God's ears and theirs.
Stop being so negative. They are going to be flopping. Let me finish my question, my point. You're messing up my thing there. Being pessimistic is not good for you,
No,
Tom.
I'm an optimist.
Now,
I'm running for office. How could I not be?
They're going to be flocking to the polls. There's an African-American on the top ticket, Kamala Harris. And there is a lot of animus towards the current White House. What message do you have for the minorities, particularly African Americans, to make them feel that Todd,
T-O-double-D.
See, you should have gotten to know
Just
me
call
a long
me Todd. I'm a
Nah,
friendly
you should have been
guy.
around me a long time.
You don't have to call me Mr. Truax, Mr. Pitts.
You should have been around me a long time ago, and you'd be a household word to me, but we're getting there. What is your message to them and why they should vote for you?
It's what I said before. Apathy has consequences. If I feel as though my vote doesn't matter, if I feel like, what's one more vote going to make a difference? One more vote makes every difference, and everybody must vote. I didn't say what party should vote. I said everyone.
But why should they vote for you? Todd Truax.
I like to think I'm the better option. Again, if we want to address
Give
the
me some
pandemic,
specifics.
specifically, I'm a healthcare administrator. 30 years I've been taking care of people. Frail, elderly, people that have addiction issues, people that want to recover from hospitalizations and surgeries. I've been there to make sure that they get the best care and dignity that they deserve. That's been my responsibility. Also, I'm licensed as a social worker. So I've made those connections in the community to make sure that those folks don't have a net to fall through, but the net that catches them. Mm-hmm. So I've been in town for 22 years serving the community. In that role, I helped develop the social services and the mental health services. I was on the Coalition for the Optimal Behavioral Health and Aging. I work with the Lions Club and check kids for hearing and vision in preschools. I'm on the board for the Cafe of Life. We feed 50 to 150 people a day. I'm the rip, wrap, and vinyl siding guide for the Habitat for Humanity, and I've done many months of shoveling food into trunks with with Harry Chapin Food Bank. I just wrote a check to them today. Mm-hmm. I'm a man of action, and I roll up my sleeves. I'm not wearing a suit all the time.
Mm-hmm. What district are you representing?
I lead from the front. The district is 3, but the election is county-wide. So don't pay attention to what district you live in. Everybody in Lee County needs to vote for me because I need 200,000 to win.
Black Lives Matter. Locally, it's a peaceful protest of Lee County. When you hear those words, Black Lives Matter, what does it mean to you?
It represents what has been long overlooked, especially here in Southwest Florida. I'm a liberal Yankee carpetbagger. I've been down here 22 years. I come from Cleveland, Ohio, where the diaspora landed. I was a minority in my middle school. I had friends all through my life that were African American, of colors all over the rainbow. And when I came to Southwest Florida, I felt the civil rights action results didn't get down here. Mm-hmm. When 98, they were still talking about the schools not being integrated as they should have been back 30 years prior. I was greatly disappointed when I hear about the history of Southwest Florida, and I'm eager to bring the good news of the civil rights movement here. And that's why I led a march with an orange sign that said Black Lives Matter. Mm-hmm. I was there when they were protesting the Lee statue, and I was glad to be a part of the movement to make sure that General Robert E. Lee's statue does not return. I look forward, let me take this right now, one step further. I look forward to helping you remove the portrait of Robert E. Lee from the wall of the county chamber.
Mm-hmm. That will be right over your head while you deliberate here.
I look forward to its removal, and we'll put some glorious piece of art in its place.
And it could go to the museum?
The bottom of the river is fine with me.
Where?
The bottom of the river.
Wow, you just said something then.
I told you I'm a liberal Yankee carpetbagger, and the news of the northern win in the civil Civil War has to reach Southwest Florida, and it's 2020 for heaven's sake. Let's make it now.
Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Me too.
I want you to take a look into that camera. I want you to take 30 seconds and talk to your potential voters as we move up on November 3rd. And right now, voting is taking place.
I'm Todd Truax. I'm running for Lee County Commission, District 3. If I'm on your ballot and you live in Lee County, please fill in this oval completely. There should be no discrepancy between me and my opponent when it comes to who's looking out for the folks of Southwest Florida. I've got 30 years of history in social work and healthcare administration, and my opponent is experienced in, commercial development. So if you like paradise and you want to pave it, he's your guy. If you want to address the pandemic and reopen the economy, I'm your guy.
Couldn't have said it better myself, folks. Todd Truax on Lee Pitts Live. We'll be right back.
Lee Pitts Live is a Lee Pitts Enterprise production.
Hello, Southwest Florida. Thanks for watching Lee Pitts Live. Of course, I'm Lee Pitts. I hope you enjoy that particular show. But you can always catch us here on YouTube. Just click on the subscribe button down there. That way you can get your Lee Pitts Live on demand when you want it and how you want it. We also encourage you to watch our show on FOX4 and connect with us on all our social media platforms. Just type in Lee Pitts Live.